Good morning, everyone. We're going to do some more fraction word problems. So let's say that I've got 2/3 of all the snacks in this container here, and I'm going to eat 1/6 of them. So my problem is going to be 2/3 minus 1/6. So remember, when we're adding and subtracting fractions, we've got to get a common denominator. And so on this one, I noticed that I'm able to just change one of the fractions because they're multiples. And so I'm going to multiply 3 times 2 to get 6. And so I have to multiply the numerator by the same thing. So 2 times 2 gives me 4. So now I've got common denominators. So 4/6 minus 1/6 gives me 3/6. So I'm going to be eating 3/6 of the snacks, or I can simplify this by dividing by a common factor. So if I divide by 3/3, I get a half. So some of you may have noticed that without doing the division, that 3/6 is the same thing as a half. Now, there's one other type that we're going to do real quick. Let's say that I had, 1/9 of something, and then I want to add to it 2/6. Now with these, I'm not going to be able to change just one. I am going to have to change both of them. So I can do our strategy where we multiply to find the product of the denominators. So if I multiply 9 by 6, because I'm multiplying the two denominators, that gives me 6/54. And then here I'd multiply by 9. That gives me 18/54. Now these are kind of bigger numbers here, but that's okay. I could have used a smaller denominator though if I didn't want the bigger numbers. But I've got common denominators, so I can go ahead and add 18 plus 6. That gives me 24/54. But if I would have used the least common multiple with these two, if I count out my multiples of 9, so let me just kind of erase this up here so I can do that part. So my multiples of 9 are 9, 18, 27, and then I'll go ahead and count some multiples of 6. So I've got 6, 12, 18. So 18 is a common multiple. So this is another way that we could do this. So 1/9 plus 2/6. If I use 18 as my common denominator, I still have to change the numerator. So 9 times 2 gave me 18, so I would do 1 times 2. That gives me 2. And here, 6 times 3 gives me 18, so I would do 2 times 3. So that gives me 6. So 6 plus 2 gives me 8/18. So 8/18 and 24/54 are equivalent. Because if I divided both of these by 3 over 3, I would get the 8/18. So there's many different ways that we can find common denominators. So we're going to keep working with this, and you'll have some problems where you can use any of these strategies. Remember, the multiplication strategy does always work, but sometimes it may not give us the small numbers that we like to work with. So our mystery word for today is denominator this time. So denominator is our mystery word, and let me know if you have any questions.